Hey there everybody, Tentacle Tech here. It is our second stretching video. It would be our third, but my second one there was some mishaps. So this is our second stretching video, and it is our first stretching video where we're doing this sort of more calming, nature-like stretching, which I've actually gotten a lot of good feedback. A lot of you really like the yoga stretching. So this is very much that. We have the peaceful music. We're gonna be focusing a lot on our breath, but we're gonna be going through the same sequence that we went through in the first stretching video. So let's get started. Oh, okay. I did want to talk about one thing before we get started. One piece of housekeeping, and that is that I weighed myself just the other day. And I think it was yesterday. I got on the scale, and it was first thing in the morning, which is when it's good to weigh yourself. Like first thing in the morning, once a week, like at the same time, you know. So I got on the scale to weigh myself, and I had somehow lost like 10 pounds or something like that. And like it was like I tried multiple times. I checked with Birdie, and she said that she had measured it and it wasn't anything out of the ordinary for herself. So like I think that it's legit, which isn't good. It's not a good thing that I've lost weight because I don't need to lose weight. I'm trying to gain muscle weight, in fact. But it was just really weird. But the good news about it, the bad news is that I'm trying to gain muscle weight, and that clearly I need to change my diet because I need to eat more carbs, and I need to eat more like healthy fats, so that I can bulk up a little bit more, because I'm not doing that much cardio either. But the good news is that clearly the diet that I'm on and the workout routine that I'm doing, for those of you who do want to lose weight, clearly it works. So I don't know if it's just my metabolism or whatever, but yeah, it was really interesting. So I also want to take a second and talk about diet, because I talk to people all the time, and it's really frustrating because it's pretty well accepted knowledge at this point. And again, like I'm not an expert, I'm not a nutritionist, but I dabble in this field, so I know a little bit about it, and it's pretty well accepted knowledge that diets, like fad diets, where like you follow a structure for a little amount of time and then you go back, they don't work, because what ends up happening is you lose all the weight, and then you start eating the old way again, and then you gain all the weight back. So what like nutritionists and people who are smarter than me encourage nowadays is to find a diet that works for you. So like for me, that diet is like a vegan diet, and then I try to only eat carbs like a couple hours before and a couple hours after workout. Other than that, I stick to like fruits and veggies. So like when I wake up in the morning, I have my protein smoothie that you can see the YouTube video of. And then for lunch, which is a couple hours before my workout, I'll have like rice, veggies, maybe some sort of protein like a tofu or something, and then I'll work out, and then a couple hours after, I'll have some sort of like pasta or rice or something with some sort of like veggie or protein, and it seems to work really well. Clearly, since I heckin' lost like 10 pounds. Which I'm bummed about, so I'm gonna have to like beef up I'm gonna have to eat more, which I'm not excited about. But anyway, so I had a bagel with avocado on it, because avocados have like really healthy fat. But anyway, this is all this is to say that it's exciting, because you can work on like, you know, getting healthier like through this program, which is great. And it's also to say, if you're on a fad diet right now, which is like all that means in my mind is a diet that that you can't see yourself doing forever. If you're not planning to like do this forever, like keto is an example of a diet you can't do forever. It's not good for your body. It's not good for your body to do that diet forever, because you're essentially tricking your body into thinking that it's starving. And so it's not, scientifically, it's not good for your body. So find a diet that you can do sustainably forever, a lifestyle change of the way that you eat, and just like find joy in it, find love in it, you know? Make that garlic butter pasta. Make those roasted potatoes instead of French fries. Like, find those things and just love them. Okay. All that being said, let's start our stretches. So we're gonna start with coming up on our tippy toes, just like we do in our warm up. And we're gonna do 20 reps of it. I don't normally count reps. This is really the only time that I count reps. So remember, squeeze your butt, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Gonna take a quick break. Hydrate for a second. Feel it in your calves. And then we're going to do a second set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, moving on. All right, this is the most aerobic part of the workout. It's jump out. So you're gonna come down into a squat position, and you're gonna boost yourself up. So like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, take a break. Let yourself recover for a second. Start focusing on your breathing now. We're not quite into the relaxing yoga part, but just start focusing on inhaling and exhaling now, finding your breath, focusing on that, letting other thoughts go, coming back to your breath. All right, let's do our second set. Here we go. Come down into your squat. Make sure your knees aren't past your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Woo, feel that burn. Woo, okay. All right, that's it. That's the most aerobic part. Now we're gonna do neck bends. So deep breathing, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to hang our hands on the back of our head, and we're going to stretch this way. So we just need 30 seconds. Just hang your head, focus on your breathing. Let gravity pull your arms down. Give your head, your neck a little extra stretch. All right, now we're going to do shoulder stretches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we're going to stretch our triceps. This is actually one of my favorite stretches. I do this every morning when I'm getting out of bed to help loosen up all that tension because I sleep on my side. So like this right here, right in here, all this area gets really, really tense. So this is a great stretch to do when you first wake up. So we're going to do 30 seconds. And all you're going to do, you're just going to reach your hand back to touch your shoulder blade. I'm using my right hand first. And then you're going to take your left hand and you're going to push your elbow down slightly with that left hand. Just feel that stretch. Breathing into that area. Visualize the breath going into that area. Let that arm go. Switch sides. Your left arm touches your right shoulder blade, and your right hand comes up to press that elbow down a little bit further for a little bit of extra stretch. Shouldn't be painful. If it's painful, you're doing too much. It should just be a little bit of an extra stretch. Try to keep your head relatively straight. Try not to let your arms sort of like knock it over to the side. All right, let that go. Now we're going to do bending to the side. We're going to do 3 sets on each side, 10 seconds each, okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch sides. One hand on the hip, other hand comes up over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. This is going into 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you're done. All right, then we are going to do our hinging forward, wrapping our hands around our ankles, but instead of for 30 seconds, we're going to do it for 1 minute. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge forward, keep your back straight, bend from your hips all the way down, or down to your knees or ankles, your shins even. Inhale, round your back. Exhale, straighten your back, and start to bring your head in between your legs. It doesn't have to get there. It doesn't for me either. Inhale, round. Exhale, straighten. Keep going. Inhale, exhale. Inhale allows you to make more space. Exhale allows you to go deeper. Inhale, come up. All right, so now we're going to go into a twist. You're going to bring the opposite arm, start with your left, you're going to bring it down to your right ankle. You're going to twist looking up at your hand. Hold that, breathe there. Come up, switch sides. So now your right arm, your right hand is going to go down to your left ankle. Look up towards your hand as you twist. Come on up. All right, now we're going to stretch out our quadriceps. Left leg first, up. Bring your heel to your butt. Flex your butt for a little bit of an extra stretch. Keep your knees aligned. Root your foot into the floor, feeling your connection with the earth. Let your left leg go. Bring your right foot up now. Touch your heel to your butt. Root that left foot down. Deep breaths here. Balance is bad today. I did a 6-hour stream today, and so I think I'm a little bit tired. All right. Next, we're gonna do deep squatting. We're gonna do 30 seconds on each side. So the way that this works is you come down almost in like a sumo wrestler position, and then you're gonna press your right hand against your right knee, and you're going to twist. Just gives you a little bit extra stretch in your groin there. All right, switch sides. Your left leg presses into your knee as your leg pushes back against it, and you twist to the other side, twisting to your right side. If your thoughts have wandered, bring it back to your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Come on up. Next, we're going to go into lunges and sides. This one is we're doing reps. It's going to be 20 on each side. So, come to your left first. Make sure that your knee isn't going past your toe. We're just going to shift back and forth. Hands together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let that go. Come on up. I don't know if y'all felt it, but I felt myself as I was doing that. I felt my inner thighs like opening up a little bit. Felt myself being able to go deeper into the lunges. Feels really cool. All right, so now we're gonna go into the sequence that we do for our yoga after each workout. Except that instead of for 30 seconds each for this little middle sequence, it's for 1 minute each, so it's a little bit more intense. So we're gonna start out. The nice thing is that it's familiar. So we're gonna start out right leg forward, coming into your deep lunge. Back leg is straight and strong behind you. Feel your feet and your toes rooting into the floor beneath you. Breathe deeply here. Try to make sure as much as possible that this front leg, your thigh, is parallel with the floor. It's flat. Mine isn't perfectly flat, you can see. And then make sure that your knee doesn't go past your toes. Your knee should actually be right above your ankle. Okay, come down onto your back knee, point your back foot toes, bring your bring your hands onto your front knee. Breathe here. If your thoughts wander, and they will, don't get frustrated by it, don't get upset by it. Just let that thought go. Recognize that you got distracted and come back to your breath. Raise your back foot up, keeping your knee on the floor. Grab hold of it with the same hand, the same side hand. Start bringing that left foot in toward your butt, and start bringing your right knee toward your middle toe, reaching forward toward your middle toe. Don't go past it. Just enhance that stretch a little bit by reaching forward there. Always coming back to your breath. Let that back foot go. Straighten your front leg, coming up onto that front heel. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, hinge forward, keeping your back straight. Bring your hands down to the floor if you can, if not, that's fine. Inhale, round your back. Exhale, straighten your back. And start to bring your head closer to your shin. And don't force yourself here. Focus on deeper breath rather than a deeper pose. If you find that you're compromising your breathing, if you're having a hard time breathing, it means that you're going too deep into the stretch. Back off a little bit. All right, that's side one. Come up. Bring your left leg forward now into your deep lunge. Right leg Back behind you, straight and strong. Breathe here. When you inhale, one of my yoga teachers used to talk to me about different gates. So a lot of people, when they first start breathing, they feel all the breath in their chest. Okay, that's where most people start, is in their chest. Think about bringing that breathing down to your belly. Breathe into your belly. It can help if you put your hand on your belly, and then as you exhale, you'll feel that tank sort of empty out. Come down onto that back knee. Straighten your back foot toes. Bring your hands onto your front knee. And this is actually the perfect pose to think about the third gate, which is actually in your pelvis. So the reason that this is the perfect pose to practice breathing into your pelvis for is because as you inhale, you can sort of think about lifting your pelvis slightly away from the floor. And then as you exhale, you can think about releasing it lower down toward the floor. And you should feel, as you exhale and you release, you should actually feel it enhance the stretch. It should go deeper into the stretch. And the reason you do this is because the more areas that you can get breath into your body, the more benefit you're going to get from the stretch. All of our cells need oxygen in order to function and to flourish. All right, raise your back foot up. Grab your back foot with that hand. Start bringing that back foot towards your butt. Again, focus on deeper breathing rather than a deeper pose. Start bringing that front knee toward your front toe. This side is a lot tighter for me. I just closed my exercise ring. Let that back leg go. Back down onto the floor. Straighten your front leg, coming up onto that front heel. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, hinge forward, keeping your back straight. Bring your hands all the way down if you can. Inhale, round your back. Exhale, straighten your back, and bring your head down closer to your heel. Does not have to touch. It definitely won't for me. Not for a few more years, anyway. Then I'll have to change the name of this channel to Medium Guy Fitness. Come up. Just finished that whole sequence on both sides. Good job. Good job. All right, moving on. We're going into pigeon, my favorite. My favorite. So for pigeon, come down onto all fours. And actually, I think it's easier if we lift up into dog. So let's get up into dog. So raise your legs up. Your knee should be your heels should be directly behind your toes so that you cannot see your heels. Make sure your ears are aligned with your arms. And then lift your butt up toward the ceiling and bring your right leg up so it's like a line between your two hands. And then come down onto your elbows, and if you can, all the way down, stretch out all the way down onto your forehead. I think I need to lower the camera a little bit. I think it's a little bit higher than usual. And just melt over that front leg. Hug your back leg in toward the middle of your body. And again, here you can think about on your inhale, lifting your pelvis up away from the floor, and then as you exhale, lowering it down, letting it melt down into the floor. Go ahead and come back up into dog. I'm just going to lower the camera real quick. Just come back up into dog. There we go, that's better. So we're back in dog, and you're just going to bend your left leg, letting your right leg have a little extra stretch. Both legs straight. Bring your left leg forward, like a line between your two hands. Hug your back leg in toward the middle of your body. Come down onto your elbows. And then if you can, down onto your forehead, stretching your arms out. Make sure your back foot toes are pointed. You'll feel, if they're not already, you'll feel an extra stretch when you point those back foot toes. Think about your mind like it's sitting on top of waves, and the waves are your breath. So every inhale, those waves rise, and every exhale, those waves fall down. Your brain is just riding those waves, not doing anything else. On up, back into downward facing dog. Bend your right knee, stretching your left leg down toward the floor. Feel that long stretch in the back of your leg. Both legs straight. And then we're going to go into some twists. So come down into a seat and bring your right foot to the other side of your left leg, to the outside of your left leg. And what we're going to do is we're going to wrap our left arm around our right leg, and we're going to bring our right arm back behind us. And we're just slowly going to twist. Inhale, squeeze your leg in towards you, and then exhale and twist a little bit further, keeping your left leg rooted down into the floor and your toes pointed, your foot flexed. Okay, now come to a slight counter stretch. Counter twist. Let that go and switch. So your right leg roots in toward the floor. Your foot is flexed. Bring your left foot to the floor on the other side, rooting that foot down. Bring your right hand to your left leg, left hand behind you. Inhaling, squeezing that leg in towards you. Exhaling, twisting a little bit further. On the inhale, you can also think about lifting up like there's a string attached to the top of your head, and then exhale and twist a little bit further. Again, for the counter twist, both hands on the floor. Oh, there's that back crack. All right. Next, we're going to do sitting pigeon. We're going to do 1 minute for each leg. Sitting pigeon for me isn't quite as fun as full pigeon, but it's a good stretch. So, gonna take your right leg and you're gonna cradle it sort of like a baby. Your foot comes right into the crotch of your elbow, and then your other hand just helps to sort of support, while your left leg stays firmly rooted, your foot flexed on the floor. And the goal is that each time you exhale, you're bringing that leg a little bit closer in toward your body until it's pressed up against you. Doesn't have to get there today, tomorrow, or even a year from now. Just little tiny bits. Fitness is a marathon, not a sprint. Let that leg go. Bring your left leg up into the crotch of your right elbow this time. The other arm comes in just for support. And again, on each exhale, think about bringing that foot a little bit closer in toward your body. Each inhale is just about making some additional room. A great way to do that is to send the breath into wherever you feel the stretch. Just visualize the air that you're breathing in going to that spot where you feel the stretch. Let that foot go. Now, I think this is traditionally in yoga, I think it's traditionally called Pigeon Prep. So what you do is you lay down, how long is this? 1 minute. 1 minute for each leg. So you're going to lay down on your back, and you're going to cross one leg you're going to cross one ankle above the knee, and you're going to bring your hands around your thigh, or if you can, around your shin, and you're going to start to bring that leg in toward your chest. Same basic idea as the sitting pigeon. Every time you inhale, you're making a little bit more space. And every time you exhale, you're bringing that leg a little bit closer in toward your chest. Make sure both your feet are flexed to protect your knees. Okay, let that go. Switch legs. Again, one arm goes through the middle of your legs, the other arm wraps around. It can either be your thigh or your shin. And on each exhale, bring that leg a little bit closer into your chest. Like a little pretzel. Visualize being a little pretzel. Let that go. Let both of your legs come down straight onto the floor. You're going to take your right leg and you're going to twist it over your left. You're going to bring your right arm out to your side. And as you try to bring your right leg toward your right knee toward the floor, you're going to try to bring your right shoulder toward the floor as well. Neither have to be touching the floor now. And it helps me to look toward whatever hand is outstretched. Your left hand comes to your knee to help slowly, gently give it a little bit extra stretch toward the floor. Feel that twist. Let that go. Both legs straight again. Bring your left leg over. Your right hand comes to help it toward the floor. Your left arm stretches out. You can look toward that arm. Your left shoulder is reaching toward the floor, while your left knee is also reaching toward the floor. Neither have to be touching now. You're giving your body such a gift by spending this much time. It's like spoiling your body. Even though it may not feel like it, you really are spoiling your body right now. Nourishing it with all sorts of stretching and breathing. Let that go. Stay on your back. I think we have one more stretch. I just got to make sure. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, so now you're going to bring your right leg, your right foot onto the floor so your knee is bent. You're going to raise up your left leg. You're going to grab onto your left leg with both hands. You're just going to try to help your leg come back as far as it can go without hurting yourself, obviously. Keep your right foot rooted on the floor. That's really difficult for me. Keep your left leg straight. If it's too hard to keep it straight, you can bend it just a little bit. And just Inhale, make space. Exhale, go a little bit deeper into the stretch. Don't compromise your breathing. Prioritize deep breathing. Let that leg go. Bring both legs straight. Bend your left leg now. Bringing your right leg up, grabbing onto it with both hands. My goodness, this side is so much more flexible for me. It's insane. Breathe here. Slowly inching that leg farther and farther back. More like millimetering. Sometimes I know it can really help me to align my breathing with my teacher. Let that right leg go. Next, we're going to come up to sit in a cross-legged seat. And then we're going to stretch our right leg out, keeping your left leg in your inner thigh. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, bend toward that outstretched leg, wrapping your hands around the middle of that foot. Inhale, round your back. Exhale, straighten your back, and start to bring your forehead down toward your shin. Okay, bring your right leg in, left leg out. I'm going to turn here so y'all can see better. Raise your arms up, inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Hands coming to wrap around that outstretched leg. Inhale, round your back. Exhale, melt forward. Each exhale, you straighten your back. Bring your forehead a little bit closer to your shin. Each inhale, you round your back. Feel the nourishment from the stretch. Let that go. Next, we're going to bring our legs together, straight out in front of you. And again, hinging forward, you're going to wrap your hands around your feet. Inhale, round your back. Exhale, bring your forehead down toward your shins. Flexing both of your feet. Let that go. We're getting deep into the rising action. Next, we're gonna spread our legs out as far as we possibly can. This one is always so intense for me. All right, so we're gonna spread our legs out as far as we possibly can, which is not very far for me. And we're actually just gonna do 30 seconds here. You're gonna bring your hands to the left side on either side of your leg. You're gonna inhale, round slightly, and you're gonna exhale, and again, try to start bringing your forehead toward your shin. I am nowhere close. I can barely bend. So what I do instead is I just inch my fingers forward toward my foot. Okay? Then we're going to come to the other side. Hands on either side of that leg. Inhale round. Exhale straighten. And inch your fingertips forward. My leg shakes so bad when I do this. All right. Now for 1 minute, we're going to bring our hands forward in our center. Inhale, round slightly. Exhale, straighten. Try to bring your forehead down to the floor. Again, I'm nowhere close, so I just inch my fingers forward. These are really good poses to do right before sleep. They help calm your nervous system. Get you ready for a nice restful sleep. Okay, let that go. Ooh. Oh, feel like I just rode a horse. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Next, we're going into butterfly, which is going to feel so good. So good. Going to bring the soles of your feet together. Oh, okay. And then you can either grab your toes like I like to do, or you can grab your ankles and use your arms to sort of bring your legs down toward the floor. With each inhale, think about raising your upper body up toward the sky. With each exhale, think about bringing your lower body, particularly your knees, down toward the floor, or the earth. All right. I think we might be getting into the climax. Nope, not quite yet. Okay, so next is I think it's pronounced Bekasana or Frog Pose, or as I like to call it, the Slut Pose. It's one of my favorites. I really, really like it. So, what you do... I can't remember what the timer was at, so I'm going to start it again for 1 minute. You're going to come down onto all fours, your knees beneath your hips, your hands beneath your shoulders. You're going to spread your legs out as far, your knees out, as far as you can. As far as you can. You're going to come down onto your elbows in this pose. Just try to get as deep as you can. This is another great exercise to think about. Inhaling, raising your pelvis up away from the floor. Exhaling, letting your pelvis come down lower toward the floor. Because when you're a yogi, you've been doing this for 100 years, you can have your legs completely splayed out and your crotch against the floor. But that's in 100 years from now. Don't worry about it now. Up. Oh, I love this pose so much. Oh, I love it. It's one of my favorite poses. I think I might like this pose like almost maybe as much as Pigeon. I really like it. I don't know what it is about Pigeon in this pose, but just it makes me feel so like open and enlightened. I love it. I don't know what it is. All right, here comes the climax. So we're going to do 3 sets of transverse split setting. So, it's exactly what it sounds like, if it sounds like anything to you. You come down, you spread your legs as far as you can. It's okay if your feet splay out a little bit, that's okay. You're going to come down with your hands onto the floor. You're going to breathe here. All of these poses are perfect for practicing lifting your pelvis up on that inhale, rounding your back just slightly. Exhaling, straightening your back, letting your pelvis come down toward the floor, because eventually that's what you do. For the transverse splits, you bring your pelvis down onto the floor. I am very far away from that, but one day hopefully I'll be able to do it. I think I will certainly get the vertical split before I'll get the horizontal, but I don't know about y'all, but I feel it right in here, right behind my knee, which always scares me a little bit. I always question whether I'm doing it right, but that's really where I feel it. I feel in other places definitely too, but that's the scary spot. Okay, come on up. Slowly. I like to push up on my hands to make it a little bit easier to come up out of that pose. Take a drink of water real quick, just to sort of rehydrate, take a quick break before we go back into it. All right. Second time. Again, spread your legs out as wide as you can. If you can, try to go for a little bit wider than you were before. If not, that's totally okay. Bring your hands down to the floor slowly, carefully. Never want to do this before your body is warm. You make sure that your body is nice and warmed up before you go into a pose like this, because you can hurt yourself if you go into this too cold. Again, you can use your hands to sort of push up and inch your legs a little bit closer together until you can stand up. Give yourself a little break. Wiggle it out a little bit. Get blood flowing back through there. Take a little twerk break. Twerking to yoga music is, the ideal. It's the ideal music to twerk to, really. That's where it originated. Was back with yogis. They would live up in the mountains and they would listen to the sounds of nature and they would twerk. That's just a little history lesson for you. All right, let's get back to it. Again, stretching your legs out maybe a little bit farther than last time. Come down onto your hands. Breathe into those spots that you're feeling that deep, deep stretch. That's our third stretch. You did it. You made it through the first half of the climax. Next, for the second half of the climax, we're going to do lengthwise split setting. We're going to do 2 sets, 1 minute for each leg. So, for this one, the best way to get into it is you come down into your deep lunge, okay? And then you're gonna inch your back leg back as you straighten your front leg and come up onto that heel. Bring both hands to the inside of that leg and just get that back leg back as far as you possibly can. You're still on your toes, you're not pointing your toes, but you're getting that leg as far back as you possibly can, leaving your heel in place. And obviously, eventually what happens here is you can come down all the way. You can straighten those back toes, and you can do a transverse split. Lengthwise split. Leg back to the outside. Bend that front leg until your foot is back on the floor. Come up. Bring your left leg forward now into a deep lunge. Come down. Inch that back leg back while you straighten your front leg coming up onto that heel. Bring both hands to the inside of that front foot. Inching back slowly but surely, getting ready for that sweet, sweet vertical split. Oh yeah, baby. Connecting your mental and physical is so important when you exercise. Being able to focus the energy where you want it, being able to engage the muscles that you want to engage, using your mind is so important when you exercise. It's going to skyrocket your results. And that's why yoga is so great, because that's what yoga teaches. It cultivates a connection between your mind and your body. All right. Slowly bend that front leg until you can bring your foot down onto the floor. Bring your arm back out to the outside. Come back to stand. Ooh. Ah. Ah. All right. Woo. Oh, feel it. I feel it. All right. Bring your right leg again forward into that deep lunge. Inch that back foot back. Trying to keep a straight leg back there. I know it's tough. Bring both of your hands to the inside. And just come down as deep as you can. Trying to get a little deeper than you did last time. I think I'm pretty close. I think I'm pretty close to being able to do transverse splits. Probably not as close as I think, but it feels really close. It feels like if I straighten my back foot toes, I could almost get there. Your right hand comes back to the outside of your right leg. Slowly bend that leg until you can bring your foot down onto the floor. Help you back up. Oh, 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 oh. All right, now we're bringing our left leg forward once again. Let me see if does it look better if I do it this way for y'all? Bring your left leg forward into a deep lunge once again. Come down. Straighten that front leg. Slowly bring that back foot back. Keeping your knee pointing down. Bring both hands onto the inside of that left leg. Try to go a little bit deeper than you did last time. Alright. Slowly come back up. Oh. You did it. You made it through the climax. Now it's all just falling action. Okay. Alright. So intense. Those are so intense. Alright, so we're gonna do our Cobra that we do every day for our closing our closing yoga section, our closing stretching section. Come down onto your tummy. Hands are next to your chest. Inhale, slowly float up away from the floor, keeping your legs and feet rooted into the floor. Tilt your head back. Breathe here. up out of that. Next, we're going to do our cat-cow pose, and this one's based on your breath. So, we're going to inhale. You're going to round your back, point your toes, and then exhale, flex your back, and tuck your toes. Bring your head forward. Really great cool down exercise. Then we're going to do Camel Pose. I hate Camel Pose. I hate it. Oh, it's the worst. Okay, so for Camel Pose, we're going to do 2 sets of 30 seconds. So you're going to bend back, letting your hands grab onto your ankles. Sit in this arch. Come up. Breathe for just a second. Rest for just a second. Then, we're going to do it again. So, bend back, your hands come onto your ankles. Just allow your head to hang back. Breathe deeply in this bend. Thank goodness. Oh, I hate that stretch. Oh, it feels terrible. Oh, I hate it. Okay. All right. We're almost there. Last 3 poses, okay? Last 3 poses. We're almost there. So next, we're going to do our Plow Pose. I think I'm going to do it this way just because it gives me more space. All you do for Plow Pose... timer, hold on. As you bring your legs up and over, resting on your shoulders, not your neck. Your feet are touching the floor behind you. I like to point my toes. It feels more hardcore somehow. Slowly raise your legs back up, keeping that pressure on your shoulders. And roll back down. All right, second to last pose. Here we go. We're going into downward facing dog. Y'all know downward facing dog. You're on all fours. You come up off of your knees onto your toes. Your heels are right behind your toes, so you cannot see them. Your ears are aligned with your arms, and you're reaching your butt up toward the ceiling. Think about trying to rip whatever surface you're on in half. Your feet are going in one direction. Your hands are going in the other direction. Breathe deeply here. Feel that breathing in your stomach. Think about reaching your heels down toward the floor. All right, finally, come down onto all fours. Let me get my timer here. There we go. Oh, that's not right. There we go. Come down onto all fours. Your hands beneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips. Spread your knees out, bring your big toes to touch, and sit back onto your heels, stretching your body out. Coming down onto your forehead for your final resting pose, child's pose. And just allow all that spoiling that you just did to your body. You just really treated your body like a pretty, pretty princess. Just allow it to sink in. Allow all the cells in your body to absorb all that nourishment that you just provided them. Up. Take all the time you need. You did it. You made it all the way through. Congratulations. It was a really long workout today. This video is 1 hour and 20 minutes. So congratulations for making it all the way through. About an hour and 15 is really all you want to do. Otherwise, your body just can't absorb any more benefit. It just starts getting fatigued. So congratulations on making it through. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube-y things. Check me out on Twitch. I'm Tentacle Tech on Twitch, and we play community games there, and it's a really fun time. That's sort of where I started, and then I'm trying to slowly, build up this YouTube platform. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all next time, tomorrow. I'll see y'all tomorrow, actually. let me know what you thought. Let me know what you thought in the comments. It's our first stretching, like yoga stretching video, with the calm music and everything. So should be fun. All right, bye everyone. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna enjoy a nice sleep. That stretch made me all cozy and sleepy. So I'm excited. Night everybody. Bye.